The F-15, one of the most iconic and recognizable jet fighters in the world, is very shortly about to be a part of Microsoft Flight Simulator via a third-party add-on from plane developers DC Designs. The developers recently got in touch with me to discuss the new plane, asking if I wanted to take a look. Seemed kinda crazy to say no to such an offer, so here we are. Now, the F-15 is set to be released around the 18th of January, although from my understanding that isn't yet set in stone. The package will contain 4 variants of the fighter, the F-15C, D, E and I. So as I'm talking, we can see the F-15 in action. I spent a bit of time flying over the Lake District here in England, which just so happens to be one of my favourite places in the world. The stunning hills here make for a fantastic landscape to fly through with these super fast planes. Keep in mind then that as we take a very high level and broad look at these planes, that this isn't a review video. As such, I'm not going into details on how the planes work and how they handle. This is essentially a very first impressions quick look video to give you a feel of what is coming up. Once the plane is fully available for retail, I might take a closer, more in-depth look if that is something people would find useful or interesting. First things first then, who are DC Designs? Well, DC Designs are a long-time developer of planes for flight sims. They've released planes for Prepared, Flight Simulator 10, and I do believe X-Plane 11 as well. They have a long list of products which of course includes releasing the F-15 on other platforms. Incidentally, they're also working on a version of Concorde which should be coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator at some point soon. Very much looking forward to seeing that one. The new F-15 for Flight Simulator then is among the first high-speed jet fighters to be available inside the flight sim. This one is fully modelled with an entire cockpit interior. As you can see, the plane moves very fast, and I was surprised to see how well the Microsoft Flight Simulator actually handles planes moving at this speed. The plane models themselves, meanwhile, are developed with PBR in mind, which explains why the planes actually look so good. An important thing to note here, DC Designs planes are not intended to be study level. Whilst they certainly look fantastic and handle great, study level is not the market they are aimed at. These are aimed purely and simply at being a fun experience. Now, with Flight Simulator having such a vast and highly detailed world, the options for fun are pretty vast. Flying low level through the Lake District is just one of the many things to try. Flying over cities is also a great experience. I flew low level over London, and moving over the city at such high speed was not only exhilarating, but offers a very different perspective of the place. Another thing that is remarkably great to try out is to see just how fast these planes can climb to high altitude. Now, the F-15 is one of the few jet fighters that can accelerate in a vertical climb. Of course, that means flying at full speed, something I wasn't yet doing here. However, you can see how quick I ascended from a low-level flight right up to 36,000 feet and still climbing. So this essentially is something you cannot do with any other plane currently available in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, some of you may be wondering, why fly a jet fighter in Microsoft Flight Simulator when a game like DC World is available? Well, the answer to that is extremely simple. DC World, whilst offering a great simulation, just doesn't have the same type of planet or world that Microsoft Flight Simulator has. Additionally, for me, this is all about fun, so getting in a plane that is as great detailed as this and also offers such high-level functionality is a nice touch and a very nice experience. Overall then, I'm very keen to see this plane once it hits the retail. Now, the developers, DC Designs, have told me that this current build is very close to the final release, but before I really do a final review, if I go that route, I think it's only fair to wait for the actual final release. But that said, my first impressions is that this is going to be a stunning experience, something I'm looking forward to trying out more. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.